Hello, Leo. Welcome to your soul session for January 24. We're gonna kick it off by looking at an overall energy as well as a challenge, and then we're going to get into the general energy for this particular month. And the first card that has come out for you guys, let's hope and pray my lighting and the camera work together so you can see it. Okay, a little bit. Oh my god, makeup hand for the win. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse as you guys overall energy for the month of January. So what it's looking like, Leo, overall, it's more or less like a desire for a new beginning for you guys. This could come in many forms. It literally could be a new beginning. I mean, in the most general sense, if we're looking at this like, the new year, right? For things to kind of pop off, I'll say, or shift or change for you guys, or, wanting to start new things. But it seems to be somewhat of a delay or a hindrance to that in the month of January. Now, something I can tell you in reference to this is that's not really too much of a shock, because we're conditioned to look at New Year's Eve and New Year's Day as like the kickoff of new beginnings. I look at it more or less like, forgive me for shuffling in your ear. I more or less look at it as a preparation or strategy time frame, because the new energies really don't kick off until March. And then of course Mercury goes direct on the 1st of January. So there's still going to be some like post retro shade energy that's going to be affecting all of us. So just keep that in mind. Now, you guys, challenge. It's funny. Oh my God. This is so annoying. I'm going to fix this to where you can see it without me doing makeup hands. That's the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So that's blocked energy. So pretty much the energy this month is going to be a hindrance to new beginnings for you guys. The biggest challenge is going to be the lack thereof of movement forward, and you guys finding a sense of peace or comfort in that. Now, what I will say about this is your fellow fire sign, Aries, I did them right before you guys. The energy I picked up for them was very similar. It was more or less with them up until this particular point. Aries had been in a lot of masculine energy, and I talked to them about the whole, dyad of yin and yang and how there's cycles of, activity and acquisition and action. But then there's another cycle where we're intended to be passive and to receive, in so many words. And I'm seeing the same kind of thing for you guys. So this is almost like a lesson where everything inside of you can feel like, dominating, being progressive, taking over, kicking butts and taking names, whatever the case, or just achieving something. But it's almost like the energy around you is counterintuitive to that, right? So I feel that there's a lesson in you guys learning to embrace, if you will, sitting still, right? And there being a lack thereof of movement forward. And this is interesting. What it is I'm getting, this is what I'm getting intuitively. It's almost like, because I'm trying to make words for what it is that I'm seeing. This would also this would almost be like, and I'm not saying this is everyone, but this would be like a specific thing. There's some of you who stay very active and very busy because there's almost like how can I make words for this? It's like I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. It's like a distraction, if I could say it that way. So it's almost like running from yourself in some way, shape, form, or fashion. How do I want to say that? Or avoiding something, right? So it's like kind of if a person were to work a lot, it's like working all the time or staying really busy or always going places, always being with friends, because it's almost like not a fear of being alone, but it's like a fear of what comes up when you're alone. And that's something to be mindful of. So those of you where that's the case, and I mean, something like this can happen if, say you went through like a breakup, right? If a person goes through a breakup and it really, really hurt you, a lot of times we could end up like, gallivanting around and always going out, always wanting to have, lunch and dinner with friends and like, staying hella busy because it's not wanting to feel like those sad feelings post heartbreak type of deal. So I feel the need to say that that's not for everyone, but if there's, a Leo out there and you know that to be the case, then this energy kind of boxing you in and slowing you down in the month of January is for you to finally face that particular thing, if that's making sense. So anywho, getting to you guys central energy, the card that's representing you guys in the month of that's weird. Makeup hand. Okay. It's the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is interesting because this is the same exact card. I don't know if y'all have Aries in your chart, but if you do, go check it out. Shout out to my son. I don't think my son watches my channel anymore because I'm just an uncool mom. He's an Aries sun and a Leo rising. So I'm having fun over here. But anyway, but this is the same card that Aries had, and the card that was representing them is just that theirs was upright. So with you guys, with this being reversed, Leo, this is pretty much saying off the bat, this is what it is that needs to be addressed because you're in a deficit. So I would say if we're talking about comparing apples to apples, you guys are giving or exerting way more than you're receiving or taking in. So this can, manifest in a myriad of different ways. It could be you doing a shit ton of stuff for other people, not doing anything for yourself. It could be, like I was saying, overworking. It's you working a lot, working out a lot. It's, just doing a lot. But that in comparison to the time that you spill, I cannot freaking talk. That in comparison to the time that you spend resting, as well as like recuperating. If it did, I'm gonna be so mad. Did my camera freeze? Don't you dare freeze. You're gonna hurt my feelings. Okay. It's not frozen anymore. Yeah, my camera totally just froze. That hurt my feelings because I was like, we are not about to start this over. We are not doing this today, Leo. Okay, anyway. But anywho, but it's like you're giving too much out and there's not enough coming in. So this is more or less screaming, very similar to Aries, that you guys are like in a prolonged, like masculine energy cycle. And I'm not saying that based on gender, but in the, term of very fire, action oriented energy. And there's a need to contrast that. Now, the card for you guys recent past, fascinating. Come on, dagnabbit, son of a gun. Maybe if I poke it in the middle. Okay. Just trust me. It's the Hermit. Okay, there we go. That way. All right. So we have the Hermit. That's Virgo energy. That's in you guys recent past coming into this present moment. Within you guys mental energy. Interesting. Wait, I turned it that way slightly. Dagnabbit. I hate this. Okay, there we go. We have the 8 of Puppies. And that's in you guys mental space. And then in you guys hidden influences. Oh, child. We have the 7 of Swords. And in you guys immediate future, we have the Chariot. And that is Cancerian energy. So here is the dealio. So it's on your mind, or I like to look at this as kind of like a supporting energy a little bit, more or less like it's on you guys' mind, possibly, but it's more or less like an influence. So I like to see this card as like the energy that's hovering above you. So it's like it's in the ethers, but it's like a suggestion. It's like, hey, you should pay attention to me kind of vibe, right? So there is the energy here with you guys in the month of January of walking away from things that no longer serve you. What I will tell you that no longer serves you is this overexertion, no receptivity type of energy. And that's so important to have because, speaking of ethereal things that are looming over our head, it's like when we're talking about higher consciousness or being in alignment or fulfilling your dreams or whatever the case, there has to be a level of feminine energy that we have to be in order for us to receive guidance. You know what I'm saying? In order to align with it, because aligning with it is very much like submitting to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's important for us to be in that space, because otherwise it's like we end up driving ourselves to burnout. You know what I'm saying? But going into this hermit energy, which is in you guys' recent past, coming out of the latter part of December into or 2023 into January, it's the hermit. So with this, I feel like there's almost been, I mean, like a battle plan, I guess we could say it that way. I feel like you guys have probably spent the latter part of 2023 or December, however you want to look at it, kind of reflecting on things and trying to get clear on how it is that you wanted to move forward, or what it is that you wanted to do next, or where it is that you see yourselves next year, and more or less trying to create like a game plan. But I think that's why it's important for you guys to be aware, like I was saying, your overall energy with this Ace of Wands in the reverse, it's almost like your intention is to hit the ground running in January. And it's like, okay, this stuff has been kind of off kilter. This stuff has been kind of jacked up, but bam, this is the plan. Like, soon as January gets here, I'm doing my resolutions. And it's like, bam, this is what we're doing. I'm going to knock it out the park. But I feel the message that you guys aren't getting with this, because I feel like this is kind of like a pervasive thing. This is something that's been happening with Leos for an extended period of time. And now it's kind of like spirit universe, however you want to look at it, is like, yo, hey, you're a little out of unbalance. Like, let's pay attention to this now. So this doesn't end up becoming a problem where you end up repeating the same stuff that you did before. And I feel the solution to that lies in this Seven of Swords and you guys' hidden influences. Now, most of you guys who have been with me for some time before I quit YouTube, you guys know that when the Seven of Swords comes up, I always say, what you skip will trip you up later, right? Now, what it is that's being skipped, in truth, is really a decision, right? It's needing to accept something. Like, there's something that you're avoiding, that you're not wanting to accept. So it's kind of trying to find a cheat code or a back door, if you will, in order to get to your ultimate end goal. But something that I always stress to people, you know, there's different innovative ways and, you know, unique perspectives, but there's certain things in life, and, you know, Capricorn people totally get that. There's certain things in life that are just by the book. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 + 1 = 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's foolproof. It is what it is. It's very straightforward. You know what I'm saying? And when we try to kind of find cheat codes in life, like one of those colloquialisms, like the best way out is through, there's a lot of times in life that we try the other side of going through something, right? Without having to do the through part. Did my thing freaking freeze again? I don't know. Like, you know, after I watched this, so my face is so freaking hilarious right there. I'm like, come on, unfreeze. Come on, dang nabbit. This is gonna be so embarrassed. I, I don't even, what was I saying? But I totally lost my train of thought with me freezing. But oh yeah. So the whole thing with this is, I feel that you guys, and I don't really see this going forward like into February, because with the Chariot being here, that pretty much lets me know that by the end of January that you guys are going to be on one accord with heart and mind, pretty much. And I mean, I guess that's pretty much the whole message, because I love how this is like all my little you know, my little tropes and things about these cards. With the Chariot, I always speak about the connection of heart and mind, and coming to this realization, like what awakening really is, simply put, which was also the theme of 2023. By the way, the Chariot card was the card for 2023. And it was about, like, all of 2023 was about us getting on one accord, heart and mind, in the sense that the heart is the true master of human beings, the seat of your soul, all that good stuff. And your mind, in essence, is supposed to be a tool or a resource to the heart space, because our heart space has a direct connection to spirit. So you get the intel from spirit when you're in your passive energy, and then you use your mental, which would be masculine energy, aka swords, right, to take action on what it is, like the truth that you know, via your heart space from the divine. With the chariot showing up upright in you guys immediate future, which is pretty much going into February, that says that there's some sort of aha moment that happens, right? And that says to me that with this 8 of Cups is the realization that you need to walk away from what's no longer serving you. And I feel the answer to, the big hoo-ha of what is it that's no longer serving you. It's that being imbalanced, right? It's that trying to do everything by yourself, much like what I was saying to Aries, trying to do everything by yourself. And I don't know why I feel the need to tell you guys this, but you should probably look at your Mars, like whatever your Mars placement is in your chart, because some of you guys may actually have your Mars placement in Aries. And that's all talking about like how you're exerting yourself in your work and so on and so forth. But anywho, it's more or less coming to this realization of there's a sacrifice that needs to be made. And I hate that I want to show you all these because I know you're not gonna be able to see it. But with your above energy, which is the 8 of Cuppies, and your hidden influence energy, which is the 7 of Swords, I feel like these two are kind of playing off each other. And the thing that I feel like you're skipping in a sense is the fact that there's a sacrifice that needs to be made, and that sacrifice that's not being made is what's causing you to be imbalanced. And the thing that needs to be sacrificed is how it is that you're approaching things, right? So I feel like you came into this month with the right kind of energy, of the sense of you going within, you getting clear about what it is that you want, because I feel in some sense or another, kind of like the headspace that Leos are in, is you're feeling in some way or another that you've gotten kind of off track, if I could say it that way. It's like at the latter part of the year, you guys kind of got to this place where it's just like, I'm really not a fan of where it is that I'm at. I'm really not a fan right now. And I want to do things. You need to change your behavior, or how it is that you're approaching it, or how it is that. So I feel like that's what you guys are going to be dealing with in the month of January. So anywho, I think I'm frozen again, but that's you guys soul session for the month of January. I'm going to be back like on the 15th with more readings. There's no extendeds to these, you know what I'm saying? But let me know what you think in the comments. I love your freaking face, and I'll see you guys sooner and later. Why can't I talk? Leo, God. I'll see you guys sooner than later. I can't mess up when I'm saying goodbye. I'll see you guys sooner than later. And sooner than later is probably, just going to be in the next reading. So now I'm going to awkwardly turn the camera off, and I love your face.